Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A burial vault, usually for some famous person. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A person to whom a secret is entrusted. A burial vault, usually for some famous person. A structure erected to commemorate persons or events. An important site that is marked and preserved as public property. The phenomenon of sediment or gravel accumulating. Put, fix, force, or implant. Put something somewhere, firmly. Deposit the suitcase on the bench. A partial payment made at the time of purchase, the balance to be paid later. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. Matter that has been deposited by some natural process. Money deposited in a bank or some similar institution. The act of putting something somewhere. Put into a bank account. She deposits her paycheck every month. The natural process of laying down a deposit of something. A payment given as a guarantee that an obligation will be met. Money given as security for an article acquired for temporary use. His deposit was refunded when he returned the car. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A person to whom a secret is entrusted. An assistant who handles correspondence and clerical work for a boss or an organization. A desk used for writing. A person who is head of an administrative department of government. A chamber that is used as a grave. A chamber that is used as a grave. A chamber that is used as a grave. The ritual placing of a corpse in a grave. A chamber that is used as a grave. A building or place that provides a particular service or is used for a particular industry. The assembly plant is an enormous facility. A natural effortlessness. They conversed with great facility. Skillful performance or ability without difficulty. He was famous for his facility as an archer. A service that an organization or a piece of equipment offers you. A cell phone with internet facility. Something designed and created to serve a particular function and to afford a particular convenience or service. The act of installing something, as equipment. The telephone installation took only a few minutes. A building or place that provides a particular service or is used for a particular industry. A formal entry into an organization or position or office. He gave a speech as part of his installation into the Hall of Fame. Having or fostering a warm or friendly and informal atmosphere. An intimate cocktail lounge. Having mutual interests or affections, of established friendship. Pretending she is on an intimate footing with those she slanders. Imply as a possibility. Concerning things deeply private and personal. Intimate correspondence. Involved in a sexual relationship. The intimate, or sexual, relations between husband and wife. Give to understand. Thoroughly acquainted through study or experience. This girl, so intimate with nature. Innermost or essential. The intimate structure of matter. Someone to whom private matters are confided. Marked by close acquaintance, association, or familiarity. Intimate friend. Used euphemistically to refer to the genitals. He touched her intimate parts. Someone to whom private matters are confided. A depository for goods. A port where merchandise can be imported and then exported without paying import duties. Bahrain has been an entrepot of trade between Arabia and India since the 2nd millennium BC. A depository built to contain books and other materials for reading and study. Computing. A collection of standard programs and subroutines that are stored and available for immediate use. A building that houses a collection of books and other materials. A collection of literary documents or records kept for reference or borrowing. A room where books are kept. They had brandy in the library. Repository in a public building where lost articles can be kept until their owners reclaim them. A depository for collecting and displaying objects having scientific or historical or artistic value. A collection of works, plays, songs, operas, ballets, that an artist or company can perform and do perform for short intervals on a regular schedule. A theatrical company that performs plays from a repertoire. The entire range of skills or aptitudes or devices used in a particular field or occupation. The repertory of the supposed feats of mesmerism. A storehouse where a stock of things is kept. Negotiable debt obligations of the United States government which guarantees that interest and principal payments will be paid on time. The federal department that collects revenue and administers federal finances. The Treasury Department was created in 1789. The British cabinet minister responsible for economic strategy. The funds of a government or institution or individual. A depository, a room or building, where wealth and precious objects can be kept safely. The government department responsible for collecting and managing and spending public revenues. A financial institution that accepts deposits and channels the money into lending activities. He cashed a check at the bank. Have faith or confidence in. Put into a bank account. A container, usually with a slot in the top, for keeping money at home. The coin bank was empty. A slope in the turn of a road or track. The outside is higher than the inside in order to reduce the effects of centrifugal force. A building in which the business of banking transacted. The bank is on the corner of Nassau and Witherspoon. Act as the banker in a game or in gambling. A flight maneuver. Aircraft tips laterally about its longitudinal axis, especially in turning. The plane went into a steep bank. A long ridge or pile. A huge bank of earth. An arrangement of similar objects in a row or in tiers. He operated a bank of switches. A supply or stock held in reserve for future use, especially in emergencies. Be in the banking business. Cover with ashes so to control the rate of burning. Bank a fire. Do business with a bank or keep an account at a bank. Where do you bank in this town? Enclose with a bank. Bank roads. Sloping land, especially the slope beside a body of water. They pulled the canoe up on the bank. The funds held by a gambling house are the dealer in some gambling games. He tried to break the bank at Monte Carlo. Tip laterally. The pilot had to bank the aircraft. A building in which the business of banking transacted. A depository built to contain books and other materials for reading and study. A depository for goods. Station where transport vehicles load or unload passengers or goods. A shape that is spherical and small. He studied the shapes of low-viscosity drops. Remove, cargo, people, etc., from and leave. Drop off the passengers at the hotel. Grow worse. Fall or descend to a lower place or level. A sudden sharp decrease in some quantity. A drop of 57 points on the Dow Jones Index. A free and rapid descent by the force of gravity. It was a miracle that he survived the drop from that height. Let or cause to fall in drops. Stop associating with. They dropped her after she had a child out of wedlock. Pay out. A small indefinite quantity, especially of a liquid. He had a drop too much to drink. Get rid of. Cause to fall by or as if by delivering a blow. Hang freely. The light dropped from the ceiling. A steep high face of rock. A steep drop. Stop pursuing or acting. Drop a lawsuit. Leave undone or leave out. A curtain that can be lowered and raised onto a stage from the flies, often used as background scenery. Lower the pitch of musical notes. A central depository where things can be left or picked up. A predetermined hiding place for the deposit and distribution of illicit goods, such as drugs or stolen property. Change from one level to another. She dropped into army jargon. Fall or sink into a state of exhaustion or death. Shop till you drop. Give birth. Used for animals. The cow dropped her calf this morning. Go down in value. Stock prices dropped. Let fall to the ground. Don't drop the dishes. Lose a game. The Giants dropped 11 of their first 13. Omit a letter or syllable in speaking or writing. New Englanders drop their post-vocalic Rs. Take a drug, especially LSD, by mouth. She dropped acid when she was a teenager. Terminate an association with. Drop him from the Republican ticket. The act of dropping something. They expected the drop would be successful. To fall vertically. The bombs are dropping on enemy targets. Utter with seeming casualness. Drop a hint. An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Storehouses were built close to the docks. A mercantile establishment for the retail sale of goods or services. Keep or lay aside for future use. Store grain for the winter. A supply of something available for future use. He brought back a large store of Cuban cigars. find a place for and put away for storage. I couldn't store all the books in the attic, so I sold some. A depository for goods. Storehouses were built close to the docks. Put into an archive. A depository containing historical records and documents. A depository for storing sperm. Depositing in a warehouse. My car is in storage. An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Computer science. The process of storing information in a computer memory or on a magnetic tape or disk. The act of storing something. The commercial enterprise of storing goods and materials. The area in any structure that provides space for storage.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.